Hello everybody, welcome to American Horror Story Hotel episode Flicker recap review. Description: Will Drake's renovations uncover one of the hotel's greatest secrets. John undergoes psychiatric evaluation and the Countess learns the fate of her first love. Pretty much what happened. This episode started out with... I don't remember how it started, but it was a long, slow episode. Basically, John goes into a hospital because he saw, he got into it at the police headquarters, basically, and he got into it with his best friend, Marvin, I think his name was, and they had a scuffle. He went to get a psychiatric evaluated to check him into a psych ward, and turns out it was all to find out who the killer was that he's been looking for, and he actually breaks in and finds out who it was. But first, how the actual episode actually started. They're doing renovations, and they cut through a steel wall, and the construction workers walk in, they hear a noise, they turn around, and then two vampires eat their faces. The Countess's first love. Basically, we go back to 1925. I forgot to look it up, actually. Do it as we speak. Basically, she fell in love with some dude who was in Flicker films, as it's called, episode Flicker. Basically, it's black and white sound or no sound movies. There's an actor, Rudy Laventino or something like that. She was an actress. He basically does her first true love, as they like to say. I don't know why everybody's got to put vampires and true love together, but okay. Basically, the dude's married. They were getting a divorce, but it turns out they were getting a divorce to stay together. You know how Hollywood acting is, even in 1925. Rudy runs into the dude that directed Nosferatu, the original Dracula, and it turns out it's based on a true story in this fictional world. The dude walked on blood orgy. He got infected with the virus. He wanted to preserve Rudy Laventino as the beautiful man that he was. I think it was actually the same guy who played Tristan or Dandy from Freak Show. Yeah. So Rudy faces death. The Countess always she showed up dressed in black with a black veil and always put a red rose at his tomb. Turns out she actually married James Patrick March and was the wife that was always like, I want to watch you murder people, because she was so torn and heartbroken that her one true love died, or her first true love, or whatever. So it turns out she was married to him, and when Rudy came to tell her with his wife to run away with them on a train, and they actually turned her into a vampire, and then they're gonna live happily ever after. But James Patrick March made them miss their train and had them beat up, and then basically built a section of the hotel with one room, and then all the other rooms, like they had a hallway, and it was basically where there would be doors were brick walls, and then they just bricked it up, and that was what was behind that wall. And turns out they fed on some Australians. The lady who helped Will Drake buy the hotel, and somebody else, I think. Oh, the two construction workers. And then they became their beautiful selves again and walked off walked out of the hotel. They did a weird tease that makes no sense now. Turns out there's a little vampire girl named Ren who kind of looked like the girl from the first season, but was way too young to be her. And John finds her in the psych ward, and she basically tells him the story, and turns out the killer is a man. I'm guessing can't be March, right? But maybe. Who knows? We'll see. She was basically been there the whole time watching and helping him commit these murder crimes. And basically Red and John kind of have a connection because he compares her to Scarlet, and with like she's blaming herself for helping, and Scarlett's blaming herself for what happened to Holden, her mom and dad getting divorced, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's crazy. She basically tells him, I'll show you where he lives if you break me out of here. And she's tired of being a vampire. She's tired of feeding, and so she's been a kid since 1987, I think, or 85. I think it was 87. Her dad left her in a car and to drink at Hotel Cortez, and the Countess broke the window to save her, basically, and turn her into a vampire. So when they break out, she tells him, like, oh, we have to go home to Hotel Cortez. And then she runs into traffic and gets hit by a car. And that's how it ends. So, that's episode Flicker. That's my review of it. That's what happened. I don't know. Shit's getting weird. I don't know how many episodes are left, but we'll find out. So, see you next Wednesday. Or you could come back and subscribe, and you'll catch a Walking Dead review. And I think Friday I have some DVD collections coming up. So, feel free to subscribe and check those out. Feel free to comment it up, thumbs it up, and all that good stuff. Peace. I'm out of here. See you Wednesday, or Sunday, or Friday.